Welcome, everyone, to episode 57 of the Golden Squeeze podcast, the Michael Singletary episode. Running through these linebackers with the last few episodes of the podcast. It was a busy weekend for the WWE. Some would argue, busy weekend for wrestling.
Yes.
AEW had All In. We had Saturday Night Main Event. We had Great American Bash. And we had Evolution Dose. Too much wrestling, in my opinion, for one weekend. We need to start spreading some stuff out. It was very difficult to consume all this media, but I want to do something that I don't like to do very often. I want to talk a second about AEW, and I don't want to talk about it for very long. That company is awful. That's all that I'm saying. It is sadistic. What they did to Jon Moxley with that fork, jamming that fork into his head. Like, what are we doing right now as a society where we can enjoy that? Like, do people really enjoy that?
Yes.
Do
That's
you?
why they keep... No, you know that. We've talked about that, but...
That was gross.
They continue because the other stuff has been received well enough. They were stapling a dude's head a few months back.
That was a fork, and he was just jamming it, and it kept squirting blood.
Now, I've heard... Now, and I don't know how accurate this is. I saw something in the comments that could have been one of those forks where they retract and it shoots simultaneously like the fake blood.
I don't believe. I saw something about that too.
I don't know. I didn't,
seemed like
I didn't see the
fans
match, so I don't know.
Wanting to believe that it had to be that, but they don't know Jon Moxley if you think that, because that's
that's the thing. It's like, yes, that's not me. But you look at some of the other things like the blood sport like events, which have become very, very popular, or like kind of like, would you say, like a cult following and this and that, and just, hey, it's not for me. But in terms of them finally doing what they should have done a long time ago and putting over Hangman Page, they finally got that right. And not only that, they had Moxley quit, and I think they did right. They had, I think, Bryan Danielson came in the middle of that match and some other stuff that got big pops out of the crowd. So it did its job. Is it for me? No. I heard the Mercedes Moné, and I can see her face. Timeless Tony Storm had a great match from what it seemed like, which, I mean, I shouldn't expect anything less than that with those two. But is that for me? No. And again, I've said this time and time again, there's certain things, there's certain matches like, oh, I'd be interested in seeing that. I just don't have time. I do not have time to I have a hard enough time keeping up with the WWE programming. But again, knowing that type of stuff is like a big thing, and you're going to see a ton of Crimson Mask all the time and stuff, that's just not something I prefer, but enough people there do, and that, depending on what you read or what you believe about what you read, they seem to think storytelling and stuff that AEW is kind of finding their footing. So, hey, at the end of the day, to each their own. But yeah, when I saw that, I was like, holy cow. Like that is not for me. But they don't shy away from that. Anybody who, in my opinion, brings their kids to that and their kids are traumatized, hey, unless it's just somebody that blindly goes knowing nothing about it, like, oh, hey, this event's in town, let's go to this. Other than that, you really have no excuse because you know what you're getting, potentially, especially with, like you said, with Moxley. That's just his thing. He's a glutton for punishment.
Can't take a young child with that. That is
not safe. I agree. Not if you know. Not if you know what's going to happen in advance. Just like, hey, even in that, like, Sting, I love Sting, but that Sting Darby Allin match when he went through that thing of glass from the ladder, that's insane. And you
don't need to do it anymore. No, there may have been a time in my life where I enjoyed it. Probably maybe when I was like a teenager. Like I did enjoy blood, but I liked blood that came from a natural thing. Like someone stabbed you in the head with a fork. I don't need to see that blood, but like you get hit by an elbow and get ripped open, that's fine. I'm fine with that.
Yeah, but even back then, man, when we first started watching, well, not when we first started, but when me and you first met and we started watching it and going to the events and stuff. Back then, like that's about the time when ECW started. They were the building block for that extreme, no pun intended, that style of wrestling. But you had the blood and the crazy bumps and the barbed wire and all that, and just that wasn't my thing even back then as a kid. Like that just wasn't like overly exciting. I was perfectly content with Attitude Era stuff, but yeah, I mean,
whatever prevented you from seeing Sable on screen, you didn't want any part of.
Yeah, exactly.
Where are my puppies?
Yes, but yeah, I mean, is that for me? No, but hey, obviously that fan base likes it enough; they keep doing it. So hey, again, I am glad for those fans that there is an alternative to the product placement overkill of WWE.
Yeah, we'll touch on that. Let's talk about Saturday night main event. Weren't a lot of matches on there. I think once you cut everything out, it was only about a 90-minute show. We had Goldberg's last match, but I want to get into that. I want to get into that in great detail. But let's talk about Seth Rollins. So we had Seth Rollins versus LA Knight, and I'm sure the three of you who are watching know by now that Seth Rollins had a boo-boo to his knee. Hurt himself doing a move off the rope. Hurt his knee. And you could tell in the moment, this isn't going to work. And then he got up and immediately took LA Knight's finisher, and they counted 3. And then the match was over, and LA Knight was visibly upset. Seth looked visibly hurt. He's had issues with his knee for years. This is nothing new. It's a shame.
Yes.
And I'm sure that there's a lot they're going to have to change over the next half a year. He actually doesn't. He was on the Rich Eisen show. I don't know if you saw that. And
I read the.
He actually hasn't gotten an MRI yet.
Yeah, I said it was too swollen.
Too swollen. So we don't really know what it is, but he said he knows his body. It's going to be at least, he's going to be out for a while. But Paul Heyman has made sure to understand that the briefcase is staying with Seth Rollins. So I think that they believe that it's going to be back before. I mean, you have a year, so you have until next Money in the Bank.
Yep.
So maybe we could see another heist. Maybe that's his return is for the heist. They make us forget about it, and all of a sudden, boom, his music hits. He comes back, wins the title. That could be interesting. But prayers up for Seth. He'll get to spend a lot more time with his daughter, Rue. And I hope he's okay. I hope that when the MRI comes back, it's just like a torn meniscus or something not as serious as like an ACL or something like that. So we'll see. But it's a shame. It really is, especially with what they were doing with that stable with Big Bronson and Braun. What are you going to do?
Yep.
But also from that pay-per-view, what else did we have? We had Jimmy versus Solo, and then we had the whole Jelly Roll fiasco, and then we had Goldberg.
I'm still surprised I thought Drew was going to win. I really did. I was surprised at that. But hey, Jelly Roll, he sold the hell out of that kick.
Look, he might not have been selling. It was a good kick. He might have actually got him kicked in the face and knocked out for a second. But I read that he's taking this extremely seriously, and that he's been working out every single day for the past 3 to 4 weeks, getting ready. So good on him. I mean, he's still a bigger guy, but it looks like he's losing some weight too. So he's looking skinny.
Did you see who he's working with?
I did, but I don't remember who off the top of my head.
I believe Undertaker, Jacob Fatu, Randy Orton, and I feel like there was one other person.
Oh, yeah. Wow. He must need a lot of work. Got all those guys.
Well, I'm hoping Fatu will show him like the shimmy thing. And
I want him to come out with Fatu's mannerisms. That would be hilarious. He comes out, I love you, Randy. I would love to see that. Yeah. But let's talk about Goldberg. I enjoyed the match. I'll start there. I enjoyed the match.
Much more than I thought I would. And it was a lot longer than I thought it was going to go.
Yeah. Here are the things I don't like. I'm going to just reel them off real quick. That's Goldberg's last match. I don't like Goldberg's never been my favorite. He's fine. I'm not going to say I don't like him. He's fine. I'm a Bret Hart guy, so I can't like both. you should not have commercials in his last match. Multiple commercials in a Goldberg match. There was a time when Goldberg's match would be shorter than a commercial. And you're going to come. There were at least 2 commercial breaks. You should never do that to him. I don't even understand why there's commercials at all in the middle of a match for a PL. I guess this is in the PLE.
Well, no, this is because it was on NBC.
Yeah. Put them before or after the match. Put them before the match. 6 minutes of commercials before the match. Do that. Like, you don't need them in the middle of a 14-minute match. You're telling me you can't go 14 minutes? That pissed me off. They cut off his speech.
Yeah.
Poor form. At the very least, keep recording, and then if somebody goes back for the replay, they can watch the whole thing.
You know, I watch it on Peacock.
So
and that's what really surprised me is like, why would it be cut on Peacock? I can understand on NBC, but not
doesn't make any sense.
Peacock.
And I went back to watch the replay. They do not have the full speech. Don't understand that at all. Doesn't make any sense. So those are the things that I think. Those are my defenses of Goldberg. Those are the things I think that they did wrong by Goldberg. He's a legend, whether or not you like him or not. He was integral during the Monday Night Wars. So now my knocks, now my criticisms. Goldberg's a piece of we don't curse in this podcast. Goldberg is a terrible person. I don't know if you've heard any of his interviews since then, but he was complaining. He took Gunther's chop. I don't know if you saw that, and started laughing. And then he went on later to say that he did that because he was surprised at how light he chopped. Why are you trying to bury Gunther like that? Like, why are you saying that? I don't understand why you're saying that. Doesn't make any sense why you would say that about Gunther. He's a nice guy. I was just surprised that his chop was so light. What is Gunther known for? He's known for those hard chops, and you go and then belittle his character? Like, why are you doing that? Complained about his speech. Fine, you didn't get your speech, whatever. Complained about WWE's build up to his retirement match. They didn't even want to do a retirement match for him. I can't blame them. But be that as it may, they did.
Well, I think part of it is it's like they started it and then went months without addressing it again. It could have been done much better. I will agree with him that.
But be a company man. Don't complain. And then he said, I can talk more about it in 3 weeks, meaning that there's some sort of NDA against him, and he said he's just going to lash out in 3 weeks about it when he can talk about it. That's right. I don't like that. But don't air your dirty laundry.
But the Gunther chops thing, I've seen enough Gunther matches to know he at least to me, he was not going all out. He wasn't chopping him like he's chopped Sheamus or one of those guys, and just like, at least it didn't appear that way to me. Who knows? Maybe just, Goldberg's a tough dude. You never know.
You don't say it. It's what is it? Who does it serve? It serves Goldberg to say something like that. It doesn't do anything for the company, so he clearly doesn't care about the company. I don't know why.
I don't know. Who knows? May have been a little. That still could have been like a little like playing into the role kind of a thing. I don't know.
What role? He's babyface. There's no role. The match is over. He's the top heel in the company. You don't come after him like that.
Yeah. I did not see it, but I don't know, dude. I mean, I don't know, like from like how I don't know how he is a person.
He broke
or anything.
Charles Robinson's ribs.
Well, dude, that's all. That's part of it, man. I mean, you agree to take.
Tell it to Bret Hart.
Yeah,
tell it to Bret Hart. Bret's loving this.
Oh, dude, come on, Charles Robinson, dude, come on. The fact that he didn't get hurt worse from that Cena shoulder tackle, and then
Cena's safe. That's why he didn't get hurt worse. He kept him safe.
Kept him safe. He wouldn't fly in 12 feet.
Yeah, but he knows how to make someone go flying so they don't get hurt.
Dude, hey, that's like I mean, Charles Robinson probably ate that. I was like, man, I took a spear from Goldberg. Come on. That's
in the hospital. It's more like, man, I took a spear from Goldberg. Coughing up blood.
He'll be all right. He'll be all right.
All right, fine. And then the last thing, I'm going to go back to defending Goldberg. They should not have made Goldberg tap out. I'm fine with Goldberg losing. I have a problem with him tapping out in his last match.
He didn't tap out.
Fine. He passed out. Whatever.
I've got no problem with that. Shows he's not going to quit. Did the opposite of how they treated Gunther. I didn't have any issue with that.
I want the pen. Take the pen. That's what you do in your last match. You take the pen.
No, you take the loss.
Take the pen.
Going back to what you said about shouldn't have done him that way and this and that, I agree that even if it's just on Peacock, that speech should have been in full. Do you hear that echo? Okay, it's like I can hear it coming through yours, but it's not letting me click on echo cancellation.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Well, anyway, sorry, 3, 2, 1, 0 viewers. Anyways, so it's like I know they center the whole event around him and this. So it's like that's a plus. But then, yeah, like you said, the commercials thing, and then at the very least, the retirement speech should not have been cut off on Peacock. I have no idea how that. And I understand him being upset about that. I think they could explain it away to him, like, hey, on cable TV, we don't have a say in that. We only have until this time. But on Peacock, something that you choose to click on and stream, and then, I don't understand that. With that said, and I don't know what conversations were had or what was assured and or not, but look at what they've done for him over the years at the expense of other wrestlers. And I'm not talking about Brock, but him burying the Fiend, burying that character, and then I don't know. Yeah, probably at that time, I guess. Well, I mean, I don't want to necessarily say buried, because then we ended up having the Firefly Funhouse with John Cena, and that to me was amazing. I enjoyed that. So, but having them beat a popular guy like the Fiend and also beating Kevin Owens, when it's like you came back working limited stuff, and they gave you
Top guys.
the royal treatment.
Yeah.
And
you feast on fan favorites.
Yeah. And so I go back to that, but again, that just but again, that's me having zero clue what was assured of him or not, or if they said, hey, even if it's running long, or hey, we'll make sure that your whole speech is aired no matter what, or so. I don't know, but I get the frustration. But again, with all that said, they could have very well said, no, we're good. We're not going to do this anymore. And you're going to be a legend no matter what. But they still let him do it. And I hate it ended that way with the speech being cut. But
the crazy thing is that they should have been good on time, since one of their matches got cut in half. So they should have had more than enough time because of what Seth Rollins and LA Knight went through. So I don't know how they couldn't have.
That's a good point.
If they were crunching for time, then it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, no, that agreed.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about that. Yep.
Yeah, but I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, they've done right by him before. It could have been much better from that respect, but I think the match went infinitely better than anybody imagined it would.
Ever had.
Yeah, and if that just doesn't go to show how great Gunther is too, but hey, Goldberg, you could tell, was ready. Great selling of the whole knee thing. That was great. Kudos on him. He's not really known for his selling.
I am not convinced he was selling. I give him credit. He looked like he was actually hurt. But good on him.
Yeah, and so yeah, but I enjoyed it. I did. I enjoyed the match.
Yeah, so did I. I enjoyed all the matches for the most part. So that was good. Let's talk about the women. Where to start?
JC Jane looked good. I thought, I've always liked JC Jane. I have, but on the big stage, I think she did very well.
She did well. It's just that there's too many women that are ahead of her who I think should, at least I perceive to be ahead of her, where she shouldn't have that opportunity.
And dude, I was shocked too when she did, but I think she's making the most of it. And even because I'm starting to get caught back up on NXT now, just even some of the letting it get to her head now, and the way she's treating Fallon Henley and I can Jasmine Nix, and just the way she's starting to treat them now is like her subordinates almost as, just good. Even she's always been a good heel, but great champion heel work now. And
yeah.
But no, I thought the match was very good against Jordan. I take that back. I didn't like the ending, but I saw that coming a mile away when it Great American Bash when Jordan Grace and is it Blake Monroe? Is that her name now? And WWE when her and Blake Monroe won, I was like, yeah, Jordan Grace is losing with shenanigans in this. And
my biggest issue with it is more with the announce team. Like, she hit her with the belt.
Oh yeah, Michael Cole did. It wasn't his shining moment, but hey.
Well, first of all, they didn't acknowledge it for like.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Like 30 seconons, and then
Not
when they did,
moment.
they were like, "Was that on purpose?" Like, what do you mean? Was that on purpose? Like, what are our other options here?
I think they were trying to say since it was on a reversal of the throwing them into the ropes, if that was.
There were like 15 steps taken after that reversal. It was ridiculous, but the fact that they didn't acknowledge it immediately was like asleep at the wheel moment for them. It was odd. It was an odd sequence, but I mean, whatever. It didn't ruin the match or anything like that, but it was just a little odd.
JC Jane, she definitely made the most of that exposure.
Yeah, good for her.
And so I think that will that'll just continue for her to look good in the eyes of the people that matter. So
then there was a battle royal, which we did not know in our last podcast or when we were doing our predictions that it was for a title shot. And I think that you may have probably switched your position from Nikki Bella had you known that it was a title shot, but you didn't, and you made the wrong choice. But I picked the winner. I picked Stephanie Bakir. It was fine. I mean, it's a battle royal. Yeah. It is what it is. It was fine. It was. I don't think that they view Julia the same way they did when they signed her. I could be wrong because I don't, but I just don't feel. I feel like it was Stephanie Bakir and it was Julia, and Stephanie Bakir's lapped her, in my opinion.
Yes, from a fan's perspective and everything, yes, but I think the last I read, the company, they're very high on Julia, and just I think she's going to do fine. But yeah, in terms of that, like coming in, like I guess equal in their minds potentially in terms of the signings, but now just the crowd has taken to Stephanie Bakir a lot more.
Oh yeah, but Bakir, Julia, and Jordan Grace, and it's like,
oh yeah,
Stephanie went here, and the other two are.
But I think that'll work itself out. But I mean, I think in terms of like I foresee all them. I mean, two of them are on the main roster, but once they're all three on Raw and SmackDown, I think there's going to be over the years plenty of great matches between the three of them, and so I think it'll all. I think Julia has still looked highly on.
We'll see. I mean, because you got to think of the women that are going to be coming back in the main event scene, which are going to prevent Julia. I mean, at some point in time, Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair are going to have their match, and then once that happens, it'll be title time for one of them.
Well, I think this is what they need to do. They need to start utilizing the U.S. Championship on SmackDown the way they're doing currently with the IC Championship for the women on Raw. Because Julia is very capable. She's a phenomenal wrestler. And just let her have great matches. Like, just treat those like the working, defended more often titles, and just let her do that weekly on SmackDown.
Yeah.
And, so we'll see. But yeah, I liked how the battle royal ended. There were some cool spots in there, and but oh yeah,
fans kiss on the apron. You gotta love that. Yeah, that was good. That was good. You predicted what was going to happen in the main event, and you also predicted that Jade Cargill would win. You predicted Naomi cashing in.
No, I think I could be wrong, but I have to go back and watch it again. I think I thought I predicted her cashing in after Tiffy beat Trish.
Was that what you did?
I think.
Let's go to the tape.
Let's do it.
All right, never mind. You predicted a cash in. I will give you that. I will give you that. Wrong belt, but I will give it to you. You got it.
Whoops.
So Jade Cargill beat Naomi, and I actually thought that Jade Cargill did a pretty good job from what I normally see from Jade Cargill.
And not taking anything away from her at all, but I mean, yes, because I think she's improving every time she gets in the ring. She's improving. She's always had the presence.
Yeah,
she always will have that presence.
Like we said about Briggs. I mean, Briggs has got 40% of it. You know, Jade Cargill probably has 40% of it too. It's just a different 40%. She's got the look, she's got the presence, she's got the feel, she's got the charisma, she's got that. But all the other stuff she doesn't have yet. She doesn't have the promo. She doesn't have the in-ring skills, but she's got the size. So it'll...
Oh, and she's getting better and better and better. So you can tell she's putting in the work for sure. But I enjoyed the match. And also, you know, it definitely helps too when you've got somebody as talented across the ring from you as she did in this case with Naomi. So it was a very good match, and kudos to them. That was great.
And then later on in the night, we got a Io versus Rhea, and also a very good match.
That was amazing. God, that was fantastic.
Yeah, it was.
That was good.
It's a good match. Did I hear the crowd saying Rhea Ripley sucks? I think I did.
I don't know, but seeing as how much they love Io Sky too, I could see that. Just not and I don't think anybody actually thinks that, but it's just that was just more of us in support of Io Sky.
I've seen people online criticizing Rhea and her abilities, and I don't. But the problem is, on the internet, you can't tell who's trolling and who's being serious. It's really very hard to tell because
I don't agree with that.
She has everything. She lacks nothing when it comes from a wrestling perspective. She lacks nothing. But Naomi cashes in. She becomes the champion. Good on Naomi.
Oh, that was good. Okay. I've got some questions here. Why do they keep bringing their own ref for the cash in?
Because theoretically speaking, the other ref is still reffing the match in place, while this ref has to go to the clock to get the match started, which would then prevent them from being able to watch the action that should theoretically be going on inside the ring.
Is that what you're going to go with? Okay.
That's what Paul Levesque was telling me.
And did you notice they rang the bell twice? There was like a delay, I don't know, and I almost want to chalk it up to Naomi being excited because the bell clearly rung. But it's like, sometimes where you get excited, almost like, just like tunnel vision, you're not aware, but the bell clearly rang to start the triple threat. And then she told them again, ring the bell. And then they rang it again. That's when she clobbered her with the suitcase. But
which one's she married to?
What?
Which one's she married to? Jimmy or
Jim? Big Jim.
Okay, so you think that they did that knowing that they're about to fire her husband to make sure she can get a couple extra bucks while they have a one family income?
Yes.
Yeah, I thought so too.
Because I just got an alert. He's gone. He's
still here. Still standing.
For those who don't know, I've been joking all the time. Like
he's not joking. He's just been wrong. So now he's joking.
It's like Big Jim will be gone by the summer. He's out of the company.
Still kicking. Big Jim is still kicking. So they had a match with Solo and Jimmy, the one that you said that Jimmy would lose on, which he did, and then Tala Tonga was there. What are we doing with these names? Tala, Tama, and Tonga? Like what?
I'm so confused. Like,
is it a rib?
Is his name?
Are they ribbing us? We have a Tonga Loa and a Tala Loa. It's crazy.
I need to see him in a in a match.
From a lot of what I read online, I don't think you do. I don't think you do need to see him in a match. I've heard that he's not the most skilled of workers.
That's why I want to, because I just, from the little bit I've seen so far, I'm like, man, I just like, at least the moving around I've seen so far, it's like, man, like he just almost seems like appears very green, even though he may have been doing this for a long time. He looks younger though. I don't know how old he is, but we're losing you. We're losing you. Oh no.
No.
But dude, that crowd when Fatu came out, oh my goodness.
Yeah, it's time to put the strap on Fatu.
Dude, that place, when he gets that title back at SummerSlam, is going to go nuts.
Yeah.
And
I agree.
Assuming they do that, surely they're going to. Aren't they, please?
They might. I guess not. Just to piss you off.
Tiffy and Trish. I thought Trish looked great.
Yeah, she did.
I thought
in more ways than one.
Kudos to both of them. I thought that was a great match, and and kudos to the ref for immediately checking on Trish after the prettiest moonsault ever, where she landed on her head. But
yeah, she got a strong match. She'll be fun.
Yeah, but yeah, no, that was a very, very good match. I really enjoyed that. I feel the four-way tag team.
Yeah, the tag match. Yeah,
dude, that was good too. That was fun.
It was good. Huge pops for Bliss and Flair. You can tell that they're starting to warm up to Flair a little bit. So good on them.
Yes, they are. And we talked earlier, if the three of you listening, or if anyone, please be one, read her Players Tribune piece. It's very, very, very good. Very good. I read it earlier today. One of the biggest takeaways for me from that match, did you hear the pop for Sol Ruka?
Yes, I did.
I was like, whoa, that's because, she's been getting bigger and bigger pops at the NXT events for a while now, but for her to get that kind of reaction at Evolution,
yeah,
that was, dude. I hope they don't misuse Zarya, because I definitely think she could be a big, big contributor to that roster on a Monday or a Friday night. She's strong, but she's good too, man. She's good. Yeah. And but dude, they have, and I don't know if they will, especially if she's getting reactions like that, but certainly they still have to change Sol Ruka's music.
You'd think.
But again, if she's getting pops like that, they may not. I was surprised they let her hit the Soul Snatcher on Charlotte. I was like, whoa. I was like, but I want to know if that was Charlotte's idea. I wouldn't be surprised. But
yeah, they don't use Charlotte the same way anymore. She's on the Players Tribune, so
jeez,
they'll let her do more.
Dude, that move is so cool.
It is.
But that was a very good match, and I did get that right. I said it was too soon for them to lose the titles. I did get that right.
You did. You see Kevin Nash going at Raquel on Twitter?
Wait, what?
Kevin Nash going off on, who did he go off on? On Raquel Rodriguez on Twitter.
Why? Was he drunk?
No, he was criticizing her for the way that she portrays a big person, tall like a big man.
And what exactly was the critique?
That she needs to wrestle more like a big person, and she wrestles too small, and that no one's going to take her seriously as a heel if she doesn't start wrestling more powerful like a big man.
I feel like she does like the power stuff and has been playing the role fine.
He wanted more.
And now I was going to say, do I feel like there's things that, other wrestlers like maybe do better, but I don't know if it's worthy of a rant like that from him.
He was ranting a lot recently. A lot of different topics, politics, just a whole bunch.
Now I will say I think Zarya does that role better.
Yeah, I agree. And she could be better than Zarya if she followed Kevin Nash's advice.
Yeah, and yeah, maybe so. There's somebody else I'm forgetting about too, but yeah, but no, because I remember one of your biggest gripes about her when she first came up was they should not be using her in a babyface capacity, and she smiled too much. And we both agree that she'd probably be better suited that old school like power heel role. And I think just something as little as not smiling, like I think it's more fitting, you know. But anyways, let's see. Yeah, I think we about touched on that. Oba retained, which we knew that was going to happen. I don't think any titles changed hands at NXT. I don't. I don't think. Yeah, I don't think any titles changed hands. So, but Ethan Page retained, which I think
He's going.
you said he was going to retain.
No, I see he's going.
Oh, okay, yeah. And there was interference in that match from who's the LFG winner season 1?
Jasper Troy.
Yeah, there's something there that caused like a distraction to Ricky Saints, and All Ego took advantage, which, God, he is so good. And if you haven't seen it yet, Ethan Page you need to go and find it on Tuesday. He did a promo with the red, white, and blue background. And it was phenomenal. Like just like this North American, like United States, like promo thing. And it was classic Ethan Page. It was very good.
I love it. But I think I'm dying, so
Yeah, I'm proud of you for making it this long.
I gave it my all. It's time for bed.
Oh no, you you beat my prediction by about 15 minutes.
Boom.
Very good.
Pat myself on the back. But if you like what you heard, go ahead and like and subscribe to the Golden Squeeze podcast, and we will see you when we see you on the Golden Squeeze podcast. Yeah.
Yeah, that's about right.